Hi everybody, and welcome to my review of the LEGO Star Wars 2017 First Order ATST. This set is based off of the Last Jedi movie, and it's a controversial set, but I actually like it, so let's take a look at it. So our first category for this review is information. So the set number is 75201, it has 370 pieces. When the set was available, the typical retail price was $50 in Canada, and it has 4 minifigures. Our second category for this review is minifigures, and the first minifigure that we're going to look at is Captain Phasma. And this figure doesn't show up in too many sets, so it's nice to get it in this one. So the printing on the front you can see is very detailed, kind of minimal, but there are some little reflective parts you can see there, and yeah, it's really nice printing. Really adds to the figure. Then the cape piece is black, but it also has a red line there that goes all the way to the top. And if you take the helmet off, the printing goes underneath there a little bit as well. There is just a black blank head for Captain Phasma's face, but LEGO really should have made a unique face for Captain Phasma. The minifigure also comes with a medium, I think pearl light gray or some color like that, medium blaster. And then the spear on the side has different coloring for the hilt, like the lightsaber hilt that they used, and the spear pieces, so that's a bit strange. The next minifigure is Rose Tico, and unlike Captain Phasma, this minifigure has no leg printing, but the rest of the printing on the figure is really nice, especially that reflective belt piece. The figure has a small black blaster piece, and her hat and hair combo is really nicely molded and put together. It's a really nice piece that adds to the character and makes it not look so generic. The second face for the figure is more of an angry face, as you can see here. So overall, this is a nice figure, although I wish it had some light printing. Our next figure is Finn, and his hat piece does not have any hair molded into it, and therefore there's no second face to hide underneath. The printing is a lot more brighter than the previous figure's printing, but there's also no leg printing. There's also some nice printing on the back, although not as bright as the front. Finn's bazooka blaster has a telescope piece as well as some other LEGO parts, and it looks a little bit bulky, but it also looks nice. I have not watched The Last Jedi, so I don't know if this bazooka is accurate to the movie. Finn also has a small black blaster. And our last minifigure, which is not really a minifigure, but I put it under this category anyway, is BB-8. There are 2 versions of BB-8. This one has the small little eye piece almost, and this BB-8 shows up in the later sets, and it has a bit of a larger eye piece. Our next category is playability, and this set has a number of play features. So starting with the ATST, it has 2 spring-loaded shooters. So as you can see here, they're right at the front little turret, and then you just slide it in like normal, and then just flick them out to fire them. You can move the turret up and down a little bit. It is a little awkward to get in there, but you just press that down and then it fires. It's a little awkward to press these down, especially if you turn the turret down. It's a little hard to get in there with your fingers, but it works alright. There's also a little knob at the back so you can spin the head back and forth. It's a little bit stiff and it kind of moves quite fast. The Rogue One ATST moves a lot slower because of the weight of the head, and this head is a lot smaller, so this is more jerky. And then the legs, like the other ATSTs, move in ratcheted movements. You can kind of get the ATST to stand up with the legs not in the same position, like that. You can kind of get it in a walking motion. It does stretch the legs a little bit and it looks a little bit tippy, but it's nice to have that option. Overall, the ATST has some nice playability. The elevator build in this set has one main play feature. As you can see, it's quite minimal in its build, but it looks nice. So for the play feature, you can move the elevator platform to 4 different floors. There is a little 1x1 round piece there to lock it to make sure it doesn't go too far. And yeah, it's nice to have that option to have it at different floors, especially for displaying. Our next category for this review is interior, and the first main interior spot for this set is a little minifigure seat in the ATST. There's room to put a droid like BB-8 or a regular minifigure like Rose Tico in the seat here. There is a little control panel sticker on the ATSD, and it is a sticker, but it's unique from the usual panel used in LEGO Star Wars, so that's nice. The second main interior section is the little elevator platform, and it's quite simple, but it's effective. It would have been nice to have a second control panel in the elevator just to add some detail. The last category for this review is the look category, and for me, I like this set because I think it looks pretty decent by itself, not compared to the movie. In the movie, there's some spoilers here, BB-8 hijacks one of the First Order ATSDs to save the day, and for most of it you don't know who's piloting the ATSD because the rest of the top of the ATSD is on there. But there's a brief part in the movie where the top is blown off and you see BB-8 inside. And that little part, I think that's probably what LEGO was working with to make the set. So that part does look quite accurate to this thing. And the rest of the ATSD looks pretty decent. I do think to make it more accurate to the movie, they should have made the whole ATSD a dark bluish gray color instead of a light bluish gray. I think from pictures online of the First Order ATSDs, they are more of a dark gray instead of light gray, so that color would have been more effective. On the back of the ATSD, you can see that there's some anti-studs, and those don't look so great. There's little things like that I would change if I was designing the set, but compared to that one scene in the movie, and just how it looks on its own, I do think it looks nice. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this review, and please leave a like and or subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my other LEGO Star Wars reviews, and yeah, I'll see you next time.